While serving the dishes, a waiter accidentally placed the wrong plate on the table. The dish was not prepared by the head chef. It was actually made by a kitchen assistant who usually only handled odd jobs. At that moment, the restaurant was undergoing an important star rating evaluation. A famous food critic had come to personally taste every signature dish in the restaurant, but after trying each one, he kept shaking his head. In his opinion, every so-called signature dish lacked soul. The atmosphere in the restaurant grew more and more tense. Then the waiter brought out the plate made by the kitchen assistant. The critic was already losing patience, but he still picked up his chopsticks and took a bite. The moment the food touched his tongue, he froze. His expression changed instantly. The boredom and indifference in his eyes disappeared, replaced by pure shock. He excitedly explained that he never expected to taste such authentic water-fried eggs again. After more than 10 years, in his opinion, this was the true version of the dish. The dish looked simple, but he had asked many top chefs to recreate it over the years. None of them had ever managed to produce this exact flavor. Hearing such praise, the restaurant owner Benjamin decided to taste the dish himself. But the moment the flavor spread in his mouth, he froze as well, because the taste was identical to the food made by someone he had been searching for all these years. His memories were instantly pulled back to the past. Many years earlier, Benjamin had just been a young boy. One day he was targeted by human traffickers and nearly taken away. Just when he had nowhere left to run, a passing little girl saved him. Benjamin had suffered from severe anorexia since childhood and could barely eat anything. When the girl saw how weak he was, she decided to help him recover. She was naturally gifted in cooking. Every morning she climbed the mountain to gather fresh ingredients and personally cooked meals for him. She patiently fed him bite by bite. For the first time in his life, Benjamin did not vomit after eating. Under her care, his health slowly improved. Spending time together every day, the two children gradually developed a deep bond. Before they parted, Benjamin gave the girl a jade pendant that had been passed down through his family for generations. It was the most precious thing he owned. He promised that when he grew up, he would come back and marry her. But fate did not give them the chance to stay together. Benjamin's parents eventually found him and took him overseas for treatment. When the girl rushed back after hearing the news, all she could see was the car disappearing into the distance. That farewell lasted 10 years. 10 years later, the little girl had grown into a graceful young woman. One day during a meal, her grandfather mentioned something. An old friend of his owned a restaurant that was struggling badly and close to closing down. He hoped the girl would go down the mountain and help. At the same time, the boy from years ago had grown into a powerful business executive. Benjamin had never forgotten the promise he made as a child. The moment he returned to the country, he immediately asked his assistant to search for the girl who once saved him. But fate had already arranged everything. The restaurant the girl went to help was actually owned by Benjamin. When the girl first walked into the restaurant, she saw a row of chefs standing neatly in formation. She had never seen such a scene before and mistakenly thought everyone was welcoming her. Dressed in simple countryside clothes, she was immediately mistaken for a beggar by the restaurant manager, who prepared to call security to throw her out. The girl introduced herself as Anna and explained that she had come to apply for the head chef position. Her words only triggered deeper ridicule from the current head chef, Linda. During the argument, a security guard tried to pull Anna away. She lost her balance and accidentally fell straight into Benjamin's arms. Everyone in the restaurant was stunned. The assistant rushed forward immediately and prepared to call an ambulance. Everyone knew that the company president had a strange illness. Whenever anyone touched him, he would immediately develop a severe allergic reaction. But something unbelievable happened. Benjamin had no reaction at all. Even he was completely confused. Since childhood, the only person who could touch him without triggering an allergic reaction had been the girl who saved him. Why was this stranger an exception? Then Linda stepped forward to help him up. The moment her arm touched him, large red rashes immediately appeared on Benjamin's neck. The sharp contrast made Benjamin deeply suspicious. When Linda handed him his usual allergy medicine, he felt doubt for the first time. Anna noticed that Benjamin looked uncomfortable. She took out a small herbal pill she had made herself and offered it to him. Benjamin ignored it. Instead, he instructed Linda to take Anna to the kitchen for a practical cooking test. In reality, he expected her to fail so he could find an excuse to send her away. Afterward, he ordered his assistant to send both the hospital allergy medicine and Anna's pill for testing. He had a feeling that something suspicious might be happening around him. While he was thinking about it, the rash on his neck grew increasingly itchy. Out of curiosity, he finally decided to try Anna's pill. A few minutes later, the assistant was shocked to see that the rash on Benjamin's neck had completely disappeared. Benjamin was deeply shaken. He began to wonder if this girl might somehow be connected to the mysterious girl from his childhood memories. Meanwhile, a cooking competition was unfolding in the kitchen. Linda looked at Anna with obvious contempt and demanded that she prove her skills by cooking a dish. Without hesitation, Anna made the simplest dish possible, egg fried rice. At that moment, news arrived from the dining hall that the critic was extremely dissatisfied with all the dishes served so far. Linda immediately decided to take control herself. She announced that she would prepare a rare and nearly forgotten dish called water-fried eggs to save the situation. The dish was the signature technique of her master, a legendary chef from the southern region. Linda cooked with confidence using water instead of oil. By controlling high-temperature steam, she quickly solidified the egg mixture into a silky and tender texture. But Anna only watched for a moment before calmly commenting that the heat control was far from correct. She explained that water-fried eggs were nothing more than a simple home dish taught by her grandfather. Her words triggered laughter and doubt from everyone in the kitchen. Feeling challenged, Anna decided to cook the dish herself. She lit the stove and began cooking with smooth and effortless movements. Her control of the heat looked almost like an art soon. Another plate of golden, fragrant water-fried eggs was finished. Just as both dishes were ready to be served, a waiter made a mistake in the rush and accidentally took Anna's dish to the dining hall.